Welcome to Learn and Create Code. Today is day number 4, and we are working on challenge number 4. And the question reads: print all the multiplication tables with numbers from 1 to 10. So this is I'm going to share with you one solution. We can use the for loop, and again we can use the while loop, but I'm going to show the one for the for loop. You can try and work it out using the while loop. Then I will go and check out the solution after I present my solution and see if they have a different solution. So before we get started with the for loop, this may just help us understand the workings of the code that I am going to present below. So the multiplication table, we have 1 to 10. So let's take it like we have I will represent the numbers to the left, and then we have I multiplied by A. Then we get our answer being C. So we have our I values. Our I values, as you can see, we have here I give an example of 1 times 1 equals to 1, and we go on to the next one. 1 times 2 equals 2, 1 times 3 up until we get to 1 times 10, then equals 10. So this is for the first one. Then we'll move on to 2. Then we'll go do the same thing, 2 times 1 until we get to 2 times 10. We'll go on to again to 3, and on and on and on until we reach 10. So what happens, as you can see here, we have our I. Our I will remain as 1 for the 10 iterations, while we have our A changing each iteration 1, 2, 3 up until 10. Then after I has been 1 for 10 iterations, it then moves on to 2 for 10 iterations again, then for 3 for 10 iterations as 3, then 4 up until 10. So with this, I've decided to work with for loops, 2 for loops. The first for loop for I, then the second for loop for A. So let's try to write it down so that we can see where we are going together. All right, so let's start. So we have for var, open bracket, then we have our I being the first value one is 1, then I being less than 11, then I increasing by 1 after every iteration. Oh, sorry. Let's fix this over there. I had something wrong there. Then now we go into our function. So with our function, how are we going to go about it? So for the function now, we're now going to create another for loop inside. So we have a for loop, sorry. Yeah, I said plus 1. It's just plus that it's the same as I is equal to I plus 1. So now we have the second for loop for var is equal for var A is equal to 1, and that's our starting point. A again is going to be less than 11, since the limit is also 10. Then we'll increase A by 1. Then what we do now? So this is what will happen. We will say we now want to create a variable C. This is our answer after the multiplication. This is the product. So C is equal to I, the value that we have for I, multiplied by the value of A, so the variable A. And then we're gonna go in and do console dot log backticks, and then we have I times A being equal to C. Right, so I haven't been ending my okay, console.log, we do this, Let's see here why it's not. We did put the backticks there. So why is it not working? Control S. Then we have all right, I see the problem here. I'm wondering why it's not Kelly. We have to put the Kelly braces over here. I was wondering why is it J there? Kelly braces. So be careful, be careful, be careful. But we are learning, so we will make mistakes. Yes, this looks better. So let's go through that again. So let's say for the first iteration how it's going to work. We have a variable. Our variable is 1. Our variable is 2 less than 11, so it applies. And as it is 1 like this, we now go into the for loop, the next for loop. We have our var a as 1. So for C, we will say I, the value of I is 1 there and A is 1. So the first one will be 1 times 1, then that will give us a 1. And then now, looking into our inner loop, A will increase by 1 until A is reaches 10 over here. So now we have 2. Our A is 2, our I is 2, 1 over there, then A is 2, then 1 times 2, then we get 2. It will do that until we reach I is equal to 1 times A is equal to, until A is equal to 10. Then it will become 1 times 10, and then it becomes 10 there. And then what happens is, when it tries to go to 11, it breaks. So now what happens, we now go into the outer loop where I is now increased by 1 and then I is now 2. Then when all this I is 2, we go into the inner loop again and do the same thing until 2 times 10. Then it breaks out of the inner loop. A is in A, as we try to increase A to 11, it breaks, and then we go to the outer loop. I is increased, so that's how it will work. So let's just run it. As you can see, we have our multiplication table over here. So let's, yes, so this works. We can use a while loop again. And now let me check out their solution to see if it's the same. Yes, so I did check out their solution, and it is different from the way that we were. It is a bit different. There's a tiny change, but it's the same concept that we're going for. So now let's just go through it quickly and see. So what do they do have? They do have a for loop. So they do have. Let's just copy this part, because this first part is no problem. Control copy, then Control V over there, and then we're gonna go inside and right, instead of them coming in and running the second for loop in here, they created a function that will then contain the second for loop that we have in there. So we're just gonna come in and say wait, what do we call it? Let's just call it second. Let's just say second. I'm just thinking of a name. Wait, where did I write that? Then we're gonna come in. Then this one will take our I value. Right, so this is where we're at, and then now we're gonna write the function. So let's write the function. Sorry, second. Then it's gonna have our A in here. This is where we're gonna have our A, and now we're gonna run the second for loop in here. So it's for A. So let's just come in and take this over there. Alright, the rest over here is the same. The rest is the same. So let me just take this up onto there and Control copy, and easy girl. Control V, and there we have for var I is is less than 11, I plus plus, and then come in, then do this. Yes, so it's more or less the same here. They did do, if you remember, and the third challenge we condensed it, we just mashed it together there. You can just do the console.log and the calculation here without having to create fussy. That's the method they went for, but this is how they did it. So let's just control save this, and let's just verify that we do have things that make sense there. Okay, let's run it and see if it gives us the same thing. And it does. So many ways of killing a cat. So essentially there are two for loops, the same that we did, but they introduced the second one via another function. So yes, so thank you for watching. See you when we do challenge number 5.